Hello, it's me, Andreen, your Jewish American priestess. I'm here to do a quick Hebrune reading for the full moon of Tammuz, which is upon us now. It is a full moon, a super moon, a buck moon, and we're going to do a quick 7 Hebrune reading spread. Starting with the top, we have Tzadi. The lower right, we have Hey. Lower left, I've got Shin. The bottom point is our Samech. Upper left, we have Het. Upper right, I've got Dalet. And in the center, we got Lamed. Okay, so this is what's up for us right now and for the next little while. Tzadi at the top is just what's coming down from above. Tzadi is a letter of holiness, as most of the letters are, but it's this word, it's a letter that starts the word tzaddik. So it speaks for righteousness and justice. You can see that it's sort of a bent nun with a yud on its back, as a holy person would be someone who is humble and carrying the yud, which is the first letter of the name of the divine. It is the number 90, and it represents the realm of thought. So right now, coming down from the top, we have this idea of thoughts and our mind, perhaps, and being humble toward that. The position of the lower right letter is the position that represents that which we know about the situation, and that is the letter Hey. Hey is the letter that represents being present, as in Hineni. It is the letter that is both the second and fourth letter of the divine name. And it is holy in that representation. It is the number 5. So it also represents the 5 fingers and the fingers which are action in the world. So being present and being available when the divine calls on us to say, Hineni, and I am here to do what is the right thing in this time. Hineni also represents the organ, the liver in the body, which has the same root as the word kavod, which means glory and honor. So there's some gravitas to this presence and ability and willingness to act in the world. In the lower left, we have the letter Shin, and Shin is what is unseen in this situation. Shin is the representation of fire, and it is one of the mother letters, so it represents the element of fire, which we have like here in our candle. It has those 3 flames looking at the top. It is the head in the body, and the sun in the sky. So sun and stars and fire and heat of summer, of course. So right now what's unseen is this heat and, again, head, which also brings us back to Tzadi, which is about thought. And that is what's unseen in the situation. And the lower, which is the root of our situation, is Samech. Samech is a circle, and it is representative of being surrounded by family, being surrounded by love, being surrounded like in a big hug. It is here for us to place a boundary around ourselves and also about circles and cycles. And that is what's coming up from the bottom here. Oh, I was going to say that Samech is also a card that is the number 60. And 60 is the number of nullification. You have sleep being 1/60th of death, and fire being 1/60th of Gehenna, Shabbat being 1/60th of Olam Haba, dreams being 1/60th of prophecy. And as such, we are nullified to God as if humans are 1/60th of God. Interesting idea. Samach also represents agitation. And in the Paleo Hebrew, it is the sign of the thorn, that which prods us to be in action, but also surrounds us and protects us, as in a hedge of thorns that might protect a property. So we have the surrounding idea. Let's see. Upper left corner, we have the letter Chet. And Chet is another letter that has this idea of holiness. It is, again, like all the letters are holy, but Het is the number 8, and it is the letter that begins the word Chai. So life begins with Het, and 8 is representative of infinity. It takes 7 days for the world to be created, and 8 is 1 more than 7, which represents infinity. And this position in the spread is the position of that which we are learning to release. And I think for this time, it's learning to release that what's happening now will be lasting forever. Everything is temporary. So infinity up in the upper left corner speaks to me as that which is to be released, which is this idea that everything that's happening now will be going on and on and on. Chet also represents darkness because of the word choshek, which is the first mention of the letter Chet in the Torah is choshek, and darkness is therefore representative of the letter Chet. So we're letting go of darkness. We're letting go of this idea that what's happening now will happen for all time, because everything, again, is temporary and comes around and goes around in a circle. What we're supposed to bring in right now is this letter Dalet. And Dalet is the 4th letter of the alphabet. It's representative of a doorway or a gate. And it represents the 4 directions and the 4 seasons, the 4 elements, the earth, air, fire, and water. It represents the name of God because there are 4 letters in the name of God. And it represents the foundation of wisdom and foolishness. So we're gonna call in wisdom now in our lives. We're gonna call in that doorway toward understanding and wisdom. And in the center position, our outcome, Hebrune, is Lamed. Lamed is the letter that reaches up with the heart, Lev. It reaches with heart. And I think that's a fitting final rune on this reading. We have thoughts. We have being present. We have the fire in our head corresponding to thoughts. We have being surrounded with protection. We're releasing darkness and this idea of what's happening now being infinite. We're opening a doorway to something new, and we're trusting in love. And that is our reading for today, the full moon of Tammuz, 5782, 13th of July. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like if you do like. And I'll see you again next time. Thank you. Shalom.